Coming up on Empower with Tristan Canfor-Dumas.
This is the podcast you listen to. This is the episode you listen to.
The first lesson of business, like proper lesson of business I learned came from there, which was
You are a medical student in addition to being an entrepreneur. How are you able to balance both of them?
I invested about 45,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
I didn't plan to make the money back.
Mm.
I didn't plan to make profits. I planned to make a statement. It was a very expensive signboard I was doing, basically.
How do you manage risk while still pushing the envelope of creativity? What starts at 320? Hello. Welcome back to another episode, bro. Listen, see you. We are leveling up. We are leveling up. You guys seeing the drip that we got on right now, man. This is 321. For people who don't know, this is the man behind 321. This episode is gonna be crazy. This episode is gonna be tough. Yo, y'all stay tuned, and without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy, but most importantly, take notes. Jeffrey, welcome to Empower.
Thank you, Tristan.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is like the product of something that happened 2 years ago. Like, it's actually crazy to see that this is something that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah, time has flown.
For those who don't know what happened 2 years ago, there was what was it called?
I think you guys had like a business seminar in your school.
Yeah. It was something like it was a business seminar, and that's also where I met Stay by Plan as well. Shout out to them, and they came to speak at the school. I saw Jeffrey, I saw Stay by Plan, and I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, they gotta hop on the podcast. I ain't gonna cap. You know that day I was wearing 321.
I know, I saw.
Yeah,
I was shocked. I remember. I was shocked. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, man. And so from that point on, he's always been at the back of my mind that this guy's to come on, this has to come on. And so I think we even tried to do it. I think it was last summer, but the timing just didn't work out. Yeah. And so now we're here, man. It's gonna be a good episode. So yes, Jeffrey, you're very much welcome to the show.
Thank you, man.
Much anticipated.
Thank you.
And to begin, I have this one question that I ask all of my guests when they come on this show.
Okay.
It's a very simple question, and the answer is kind of up to you.
Okay, sure.
So the question is, who is Jeffrey?
Okay, that's a very difficult question. What kind of question is that? Who is Jeffrey? Wow. I think it's difficult. I don't even know. Jeffrey. So I'm a medical student. I can start with that. Medical student, final year.
Medical student?
Yeah. I thought that when I came to school.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I know. Okay. It's still shocking to me, though.
You're exaggerating, bro. But yeah, so I'm in medical school. Jeffrey's a medical student, final year. And for the past 5 years, I'm the CEO of ThreeTwentyOne, founder and CEO of ThreeTwentyOne. Jeffrey is basically, that's me. I don't have any other thing to. Yeah, that's me.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good. That's an answer, man. That is an answer. That's a very good answer.
Yeah, that's me.
And well, okay, first of all, you guys, I think for people who are not in Ghana, who don't know, how big 321 is, bro. 321, they be doing things, bro. These guys are the standard that you look at for fashion brands, bro. This not even a fashion brand, but this is a movement, bro. 321. Yeah. There's a serious vision. That's one thing that actually really draws me to your brand. I can see that there's an artistic vision with it. I can see that this guy's he's not just creating the clothes for creating the clothes. There's a vision with it, and I mess with it. I mess with that very much. So,
thank you.
And so with that, let's go to the beginning of 321. What starts at 321?
Okay. I don't have any deep answer. I can't lie.
We love it.
Yeah, I can't lie. I don't have a deep answer telling you probably I had some fashion passion years and 321 is a COVID baby.
Oh, okay.
So just like every other COVID, I don't know, boredom kind of thing. But I think it stems from years of, if I should say, let's say, experience in some type of business and years of some type of DIY foundation. So I used to, in high school and before high school, I always used to take my stuff to the tailor, cut it up funny. I want my trousers to have a zip beside it, stuff like that. Yeah, so I used to do a lot of that. My first shirt technically was even probably far back in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, when so we had a party, and we used to do those things in primary school where we do like after BEC parties, and we have like cliques and groups. Yeah, our group was called Titans.
Really?
Yeah, some called Titans, and you make your shirts for the party. So I took that on, did some designs online, and went to print. The shirts were messed up. I can remember the shirts were very terrible, but from there I always wanted to like do some stuff. So like you see me go to Woodin, and get like a shirt from Mr. Price. Do you know Mr. Price?
Yeah.
Mr. Price, Woodin, buy fabrics, and I want to make my stuff a little unique from the average person. So from that time, but moving on, I just probably shifted on to selling my own shoes, selling my snacks at high school, stuff like that. And then in uni, after the first year, I remember I wanted to start. So I would have been a denims brand or a jeans brand. That was the first thing I wanted to do. So I always wanted to like make some designs. So my first samples were me taking my own cargo pants to like a tailor, whereby he like merged both. So it was a gray and a black. So we made it kind of like each.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the first thing. But I had like some issues. So I wanted to be able to like mass produce. And by then, I mean, I didn't know where I'll start, where I'll get the samples. At the time, people were suggesting like I'll go to town and get thrift. At the time, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to like bend down boutique. I didn't want to buy the same thing, you know. So I was trying to like find like loopholes and ways around that. So I kept like pushing it forward, like, oh, I'll do it. But by then, I could swear that I didn't have any basic jeans anymore, because every single like pair of jeans of mine, I done something to it. I put a stripe on it, something. So I saved a little. Let's say, I don't even know, but like I saved some money. I used to save a lot from what I used to sell, but like I had saved some money. I wanted to start the business. At the time, I didn't even know the name. And then there was something we have in uni. We have whole weeks. I said I will use that money to do a stand with my friends, and then after I'll start my brand. One way or the other. I had a friend at the time, Scott Terry. He said I'm sleeping on my brand. I'm sleeping on my talent. He's going to make sure that he's going to go to town, get the jeans for me, and I start from there. And I was like, why not? Like I'm pushing this forward. Let me start however I start, and I'll get better. So we do pens whole week. Something happened. I didn't do the stand with those friends, so I planned to do it in Ashesi with my friend Papaya. And we literally, it was about 300 CDs or 300 and something Ghana CDs. The stand was, I think, I don't quite remember if it was 120 or 1,000 too. But we contributed, paid for the stand in Ashesi. And then I used my money to buy drinks and syrups. And then we hear the first case of COVID has come to Legon. I think it was in, pharmacy department or something. And they were like, oh, what's this thing we've been hearing in China from December is now all the way here. We didn't even know how deep it was, but we were just like, oh, it's not going to be anything. So we hear that we have to go home for a brief lockdown. So at the time, I probably thought I'm sure we thought it would probably be like a week.
Yeah, some 1 week vacation.
So I even took the drinks with me home, waiting so that they'll bring us back out and we go and sell, and then I'll come back and I'll make my jeans or whatever. We get home. I think we're waiting for the Sunday for them to like have like those announcements kind of thing. So I remember we even had an announcement, like school has been closed like for a brief, like for a time. We don't know. So we should go back, pick our stuff and come back home. So I went to school, picked my stuff, came back home. Now with drinks in my room. I think when I came to the school, I showed that picture.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
I saw that picture.
So with drinks in my room, a lot of drinks at the time. So many drinks in my room, and not knowing what to do and like what will happen. At the time, there was a lockdown, but it wasn't so strict. Like you could move around. I think you could move around. So just being home bored with the drinks in front, like I didn't know what to do. So I remember even calling the guy, asking like my friend Papa, like, what are we going to do? Like, what's the plan? How are we going to make like the money? Will we be able to get a refund? Blah, 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 those kind of things. I can also sell the drinks from the house. So being bored at home, I started drinking the drinks actually. Being bored at home, not knowing what to do. I remember the first thing that I can liken to, if I should say what made me start ThreeTwentyOne, was that same friend of mine, Terry, had a certain T-shirt he was making, someone else make for him. And he did a sample. So he had a design called We Move. And they did a sample. The print was bad and the design wasn't the best. And I was like, oh, they should do it like this. So I took my MacBook at the time. There's an app called Preview. It's like built in. And I just typed text, We Move, and then I just put a stroke in between it. This was just me trying to be creative. And then I sent it to him. So it was even on a picture of like a mock-up of myself.
Oh,
like
wow.
me wearing a shirt. I just took it and did that. And then after, I just continued typing other things and kept putting it on. And then there was one thing I typed, which was, you find me attractive at the time. You find me attractive. That's what I typed on it, put it on. And then I posted it on Snap for jokes. So I posted, you find me attractive, the shirt. And I was like, coming soon, hit me up now on my Snap. And then I probably had like, maybe at the time, I would probably think that was a lot of people, probably 25 people just swipe up. Like, oh, they want it. They need it. Like, where is it? Like, I should drop it now because it was on my shirt.
Yeah.
And looked realistic.
It looked real, like you had it.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, this is probably another avenue I could quickly like put in some money and then. So I was like, why not? Let me find out. So I asked a certain senior of mine when I was in Christian High. That's the high school I went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
went to Christian High. He had a brand called, what was Arnold's brand? Well, I think it was Rilla. Rilla. He later changed the name to Desire. He used to do like shirts and stuff. He's really good at drawing. So I texted him quickly, how much are shirts? What are shirts? Like, what brands do they use? He just told me something like, oh, there's like, I can look for Gildan. I was like, okay, Gildan, where can I get it? He was like, I'm not sure. I was like, what app was he using? He was like, he was using the Apple app. What I said. So I found some way, did a mock-up, posted it again. And all this time, I don't know the price. I don't know how much I'll pay to get it done. I don't know. But I just posted it again. And I asked for actual orders. And I got like, I think maybe people using the amount to order. I probably got like 50 now. 50 people.
Oh, wow.
So I drive out, looked around, went to find a place at the time in Adabraka. Found some place that were like supplying shirts. And I didn't have enough money to buy from them at wholesale. And I'm doing in quotation because it's not that many, but I just didn't have enough money. And I think the quantity they wanted me to buy was, I think, 20 plus. Here I have orders up to 50, but I didn't have loose cash on me to buy
that
20. And then it wasn't that much. It wasn't that expensive. So I find someone to give me someone who can print. The guy was called Isaac. Sent Isaac the design. Isaac says, you get the shirts for me. Went to find a shirt in town. So at the time, a shirt was 13 CDs.
Wow.
And the print was 13 CDs. And the print was probably even overcharged at the time. Yeah. So Isaac rushes everything, gets everything done in probably a week's time, sends me the shirts. And then I think right as Isaac bought the things, that was around 27th. So today I got the snap, actually.
The memories this
Yeah, 27th March. Isaac sends me the shirts and I post it on my bed on Snap. And I even put like a text on it after the pandemic because I thought the pandemic is like 2 weeks. After the pandemic, we'll start selling it.
Yeah.
Nanado comes and then tells us that so now there's a lockdown. We can't move around, stay inside. And people like dispatches and stuff were about moving around, like we're buying food and stuff, but you can't go anywhere if you have nothing to do. So I just started selling on Snap.
Oh, wow.
So I started posting it. I wear myself. Posted a shirt was 50 CDs back then. Yes, I was trying to double. Selling it on my Snap. I realized my first mistake, which was using people's word of mouth ordering. Because now the physical goods were there. People were actually weren't buying. But I still did what I could, so I could. And then even before the goods finished, I reordered, did the next one. Because the proper lockdown was coming. So I bought, I think, from the first. So my first batch were like 25.
Okay.
And then I went to, I think, 45 or 40 pieces.
Okay.
And then that's just what it is. But by then, there was no name.
Really?
Yeah, it was you find me attractive on the shirts. It wasn't a brand.
So it was just like for vibes.
And then I was like, oh, then I have to find a way to make this brand well. I want to do it well, and I have to make it look good. So now I'm trying to find different names, different ideas, looking for the history of names, history of clothing, types of clothing, when shoes were made. Like I was just looking for things to like try and draw like inspiration. And then I found history of clothing from a biblical perspective, which was the scripture. Genesis 3 verse 21. And this kind of just like jumped to me. Like when I saw the name, saw the letters, I was like, the numbers, I was like, I like this. Kind of actually didn't settle on it initially. I just put it down on the side. And then I was like, I like this. I like the scripture. So the Lord God made clothes of skin and garments for Adam and Eve and clothed them. And I was like, this is nice. This makes sense. Don't know how I'm going to find a meaning to it for me, but this makes sense. Keep it. Next thing I know, I'm like, you know what? I started posting it on my snaps, putting the name, putting the numbers beside it, like 321, and then people are like, what's that? What time is that? What time is that? What does it mean? So I tried to build meaning from it myself. At the time, what struck me in that scripture was, so basically, Adam and Eve's function for clothes was covering. So that's why they hid behind bushes. And for me, that kind of meant, so there are brands around already. God giving them clothing made from animal skin was better, was an improvement. And that was what I decided I want to do with my brand. Since there are already brands already in Ghana, I just wanted to do better. So I cemented the name 321, and here we are.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nah, that's tough. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. The 321, when I first heard 321, I was like, is he saying 321 or is that? I was like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's cool. Then he said the meaning behind. I'm like, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. And so with starting a brand, I think you kind of touched on it before. Dealing with people who order with their mouth versus ordering with their money. If you could go back, how would you address that?
Honestly, at that particular time, I don't think there's any other way to go around it. I mean, there's some mistakes in business. I think everybody will make, and certain things. Per the time you are in your business, you can't do anything otherwise. Because who are you? Like, what are you going to do to push me to give you something, or even wear your thing for free? You know. So I don't think I could have done anything differently then. Now, I'm sure probably like for some type of commitments, you probably try and take some money here and there before you even try and make it. But I've moved away from like a pre-order type of system where now I do and it's available. You want it, you buy it. So I don't think that there's any actual way I can advise you to avoid that. When you're starting, there's some things you actually can't avoid. There are some things that will happen. People will actually tell you they want it and they won't, but you can't do anything to stop it. Yeah, you won't. You just prepare for it. That's all. But I don't think you can do anything.
Do you feel like there's a ratio that you can follow? Maybe it's like 25% to actually buy it, or
okay, yes, that for sure. I mean, everything even now is still the same. Yeah, most definitely the number of people that will say they'll buy something or will see something be like for instance, you post something like tough, this car, this crazy, this like that. The number of people that will say that, you probably should get like on a good day about 20% or sometimes even 10%. Like if you go to everybody's Instagram page, you have people, we have just a few followers, which is about 4,000. People have 16,000 followers, but they don't make even 160 orders a day. You would definitely get about 10% active customers. So those are the things you actually have to strive to improve on. How many like active customers you should be able to get. But I could give a cap of about maybe 10-20% for people.
Okay. And in terms of kind of bumping that percentage up, what do you feel
things you can do?
Yeah, what some of the things you can do?
Yes. That's basically me now, and everything I'm doing now. It's adding value, adding value to you or to whatever you're selling. In everything, I think when I came to school, that's exactly what I was stressing on, which is the business of life. Basically, how even as a person, you have to sell yourself one way or the other to someone. For everything, you would have to see the disadvantages or the problems. So, for instance, in this, you have to see what is going to prevent someone from buying, or what is going to like disincentivize someone from getting your thing. And you have to make it. For us in Ghana, is taste for foreign goods. We all like things from outside. It's gradually reducing, but right before 2020, everything is Zara, everything is Boohoo, ASOS. Even at the time, it wasn't even readily accessible because people used to think shipping out from outside to Ghana was not a thing. So for someone to get something, you find them either buying fake stuff than to spend that same money to get something from Ghana.
Yeah.
So what I had to do was basically, since the taste for foreign goods is the thing, I have to make my things foreign goods, technically. So basically do it like them. Or so if it's the quality, if it's the presentation. So stuff like labels, as I said, quality of the shirts, presentations, even like how right now you have things like photo shoots, campaigns, all those things. Like those are the things that help to appeal to people. But it's still not enough to continue. It's enough to get people to now like, okay, like what's going on with your thing? Like, who are you? But still not enough to like get people to like be buying here and there. That takes a lot more. Yeah, but for the whole angle of the things, I think it's just basically change the presentation or changing like your image. It will kind of get you there, yeah.
Okay. And what is your creative process when you're designing new clothes?
Probably me in class.
Yeah.
Probably being in class and zoning out, like maybe a lecture. The best things I've done or the things that are so nice don't come when I actually sit down and be like, let's draw or let's design.
Really?
Never. When I force it, it doesn't come. Or something I probably like won't come. It's in class, when we are out, maybe when I go out with my friends and I took my iPad I was going to learn. Then I designed. One of the best things. Yeah, but it's been that. And then probably when I actually plan, like, oh, maybe like, for instance, I want to release a bag or something new. Then I'll just like be in my room, playing music, and then sampling things here and there. And then sometimes some designs I do it even when I travel, like in a plane or something. It's just random places.
Random places.
Yeah. Random places.
Don't be closed off to when it can
random
happen.
places. I can't lie and tell you, oh, I have something I do every time, and then my design.
It just kind of happens.
No, it just happens randomly. Yeah.
I think I'm kind of seeing that trend with the creators that I speak to. I don't see people who say that they have like a set process and how it works. I think this is like what I kind of tied to like kind of a spiritual thing. It's like it's something that you just it's like how you move.
Yeah,
it's
just like a way of life. It just happens.
That's it. It just happens like that. Okay, that's good. And I want to also go into how you are able to still push the envelope whilst assessing risk. Because, for example, something like launching the tote bag, like there's a lot of risk involved in doing that, because I see that before you weren't really doing that. You were not doing that at all. So how do you manage risk while still pushing the envelope of creativity?
Very, very, very difficult question, or a very, very difficult. Like I can't find a very good answer, because even I haven't fully cracked the code. I can't lie. How do I push the envelope? I am Vim. Yeah, like you just have to like do it. You know, I can't lie and tell you I know this will sell, or there are a lot of things I've done and I knew it was going to sell. Most of that it's a hit and miss kind of thing. Obviously, you have to be structured. You obviously know that this thing you're investing in or you're trying shouldn't maybe cripple the business. But sometimes you just go. You know. Many of the things you learn along the way, and I kind of tell myself that the worst that can happen is I, in quotes, return to who I was before I started the brand, which is just a normal medical student. You know, like it's fun. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing something. The worst that can happen is I do the thing, it doesn't sell, and then nobody wants to buy anything from me again. And okay.
And then what happens?
Then we just move on. Life, you know, you just go back to school. I mean, I'm not saying as if it won't be bad, but I'm just saying as in the worst is just
it's not
that.
the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, as much as it's a risk, my life is in at stake. So I try my best to see it like that, and then I take the risky decisions or whatever, because those are the things that will bring a change. Not to even try and make it seem like the bags I've done have changed my life, because there are struggles. Like there's some bags you drop, they don't go the way you want it. Currently, I still have a lot of stock.
Really?
For some of the bags, yeah. I mean, because now moving into like, I don't know how technical I have to be, but moving into production, I think anyone who has a brand or anything in Ghana, when you want to produce certain things like that and you import it, the minimum order quantities are crazy. Yeah.
What's the number they could expect to see?
Your minimum order quantities, like minimum can be maybe just 100 of a thing. So for instance, if it's like for shirts, when I'm trying to ship a particular shirt or shirt, like for instance, what I'm wearing,
Yeah.
this is fully custom because I'm getting it done from scratch. Not like I'm buying a blank.
Mm.
So fully custom things, if you aren't lucky and you have like difficult suppliers, or especially the very, let's say, seasoned suppliers who do mass scale, they can tell you maybe per size, per color, maybe 500 pieces.
Hey.
Yeah. So you can get as high as that, and if you're lucky, you can get things like, which I said minimum is 100. So maybe they
100.
can tell me maybe for blue, we can try and do 100 blue. That's them. They've done well for you. So it means you can do all the
Wow.
sizes within the 100 of the blue, but that means you are going to feel it in the price because the price is reduced with the quantity, stuff like that. So with the bags, that's a fully custom bag that I made from scratch. They have to get the molds. You pay for molds. You pay for samples. Samples are outrageously expensive. And think about it, you're a small brands. You don't have outrageous funding. So you try your best, you do something, you do the mold. The samples are going to be very expensive. And then now, the minimum order quantity is crazy.
Wow.
So you can imagine, for instance, the Arctos. I don't know if you've seen it. I wanted to bring one.
Mm.
The Arctos is 3 colors. I think I just have to leave the guess of how many we had to make. And then even if you've sold 100 pieces or 200 pieces, which is a lot of different human beings, how many can still be remaining? So it's just things that you have to like be ready to stomach and prepare for. You know? Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I ain't gonna lie. That's. I think that's something that comes with being an entrepreneur and still trying to make ways with it, bro. I don't want to just like just brush over the fact that you just said you are a medical student, and you are a medical student in addition to being an entrepreneur. How are you able to balance both of them?
Another thing I can't give you, I can't give you like a textbook answer. I'm just doing it. I'm taking it a day at a time. I mean, I said I have a paper next week.
Yeah.
The whole of the next week. I'll prefer to read by now or stuff. But you just do it. Like the opportunities in life. Life, not everything is about school. Not everything is doctor. So you just do it. So one thing I can say is, for the most part, both things can do great at the same time. And that's just fine. When you want the best grades, you have to put the business away.
Yeah.
And when you want your business to do very great, you'd have to actually put school away. So skip class, stuff like that. Not good advice, but these are the things you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cost.
So balance will basically mean passing and then doing all right in your business. And then I think that's the place I'm trying to be in currently. Yeah, but that's just what it is.
I ain't gonna lie to you. How you just said right now, that's me to a T, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't say I want to do full podcast.
Yeah.
And then that means I'm leaving school.
Yeah.
I also can't say that, I want to do full school, because that means no podcast.
Exactly.
So it definitely does make sense.
Yeah, but it's doable. It's very doable. Like medical school is hard, I can say, but it's doable. Like people are doing it. Like we don't read 24/7. It's not true. We don't read every day. Obviously, you'd read and then you'd spend some time maybe watching series, sleeping, relaxing.
Yeah.
What that means is just for people like us, you just won't be doing the sleeping or reading series as much. You either be learning or working. But even then, there's still like loopholes.
Yeah, there's still some time to relax.
It's just going against one of the two.
Yeah.
Either when you're chilling, your school and your business are
nothing is happening.
most definitely. It's doable. It's doable.
I'm not even going to lie to you. That's been me this whole week. I landed. Was it Monday? I was supposed to land on Sunday. Something happened. Ended up landing Monday morning. I think around 11 a.m. Then at 4 or 5 p.m. Then we had a podcast to do. So between 11 and the time I go home around like 12. Between 12 and that time, I literally came to set up the studio. And I took a nap. Yeah. And then straight to record. Yeah. Then I done. Then started editing the vlog.
Straight
It's
away,
just the whole week. That's how it's been.
Exactly.
It's just been like that. And this is the break. This is people are supposed to be just relaxing and watching the series and chilling. The chilling is there. It's there, but it's definitely reduced.
Yeah, most definitely.
And it's like, well,
that's just how
it's something.
I mean,
it's something.
Yeah,
do you feel like at some points in time, one will take over the other?
Yes.
I
mean, that's the honest answer. one will. I just hope it's just like as it's going now as in school, is a cyclical thing. Because when one is doing better, this is on a bit of a pause.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. One thing I can say, like on this topic, is it does a lot to your, if I should say, like for instance, for me in school, mentally, you may have to deal with feeling less sometimes because you won't get the grades that you want. You won't. No matter how smart you are, it won't be the grades you'd get if you weren't doing something else.
Yeah.
So that puts a toll on you because you may have to be learning, like when it's time to learn or when you get a time to learn, you may be learning a lot more than you would have had to do averagely. And then now it's like you're struggling to keep things in your head, your mind is divided, those kind of things. So it kind of like has like a toll on you. But I think it's just a thing where you have to know that you are chasing something else or you're chasing something more in addition. And you should kind of use that to like boost your morale or keep you in like, it's not like there's nothing wrong with being a jack of all trades or jack of multiple trades. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So,
that's it. That's something that I can definitely empathize with you on this. Like I feel that to a T. It's like, bro, sometimes I'm there and I'm like, nah, I know in this class, like, Charlie, I can't get a top mark, but it's like the time, the commitments that
you have to put in is a bit more extra.
Yeah. And so that's why, like, I for me personally, one thing that I found that works is that first I talked to my parents. I was like, okay, what's a standard? What's the line that you guys are like okay with? From that point, then I'll probably bump it up just a bit for my standard, and then so far as it's within that standard, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's not the top scoring the best of the best, but it's still maintaining a standard.
I wish we could choose. There's nothing like that. It's just pass or you repeat straight away.
Really?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Oh wow!
If you don't pass, you have to like take a reset. And our pass mark is 60%. If you don't get 60%,
that's it.
Yeah, you take the year again. Med school is already long enough, so I wish I could lie and say I'm here choosing the level.
Says like a GPA. Like you guys don't do that.
I just try to
pass.
I'm trying to pass. Like I'm actually working hard to pass. I'm not even going to lie and be like, I just do it. No. I learn and then I pass. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so now I want to go into more of the brand, right? And understanding like how you do stuff like pop-ups. Where did the idea of doing a pop-up come from?
That's my favorite thing to do. Like right now, like
really?
I think that's like my that's heaven for me currently. Like I like it so much. Pop-ups are like the best. The idea to do pop-ups, I mean, probably so. I mean, as part of the streetwear culture, I think that's what we do. Yeah. And I heard some people doing it. It wasn't really a thing in Ghana. Yeah, pop-ups are now becoming very common. Like everywhere.
Oh my days!
Yeah, it wasn't so common. I think I heard the first time I ever heard of a pop-up shop ever, especially maybe like a brand pop-up shop, probably Tribe of God. No. Because when I heard of Tribe of God's pop-up, I think I was already having my brand, so no. No. I don't know when then, but I've done a number of pop-ups. I've done a few solo pop-ups, but I've done a lot of joint pop-ups. I think I counted yesterday with someone. I think I've done about 13.
Oh, wow.
Or 14 pop-ups. I think most of them were just people like calling me because the first one, these shout out to Alpha Gang. They put me on my first pop-up shop with them. Sales were trash for me though. Trash in general. Like I think 2 sales.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, but it was all part of the learning curve. Yeah, so I can't say whether I got an idea like to
for
do
the
it,
pop-ups,
but I most definitely saw its benefit to giving people a physical presence to your stuff. If people don't even buy, like people see what's going on, like people know, oh, this is your thing, oh, this is how it feels like, oh, okay, I never thought with this much quality, like those kind of things. So that's probably why I zone into doing it, if I should use the quotation marks, big, because I hope I'm not talking too much, but
no, I like it too. It's heat.
After doing about 3 or 4 pop-ups with joint people, especially the last but one before my first solo pop-up, which was in 2021. 2022. 2021? 2024 now.
Was it the one that I went to? You already had that one before.
No.
Yes.
The one you came to. Did you come to the one I did at Shanta Cooper?
No.
So that was my first solo
That was
pop-up.
the first one.
I think that should be 2020.
Wait.
When did I come to school?
You came to my school in 2022.
Okay, so that was
I think,
the
no,
second one.
2023.
Really?
I had gone for 2 of your pop-ups.
Which ones were those?
The first one was the one by the tunnel. That place.
That's
And that's it.
Shanta
Yeah,
Cooper.
that one for that
So
one.
what year was that? I don't remember myself now. 1,
I'm
2,
not even gonna lie.
1,
I think so.
2.
Either
Okay,
or.
wait, let's just trace back.
Yeah.
We're in 2025. I did one last year, December. The year before that.
I think it was 2022.
And then 2025.
Because
2024.
that's why I
3,
bought the...
2. That was 2. That
It was 2022.
Good. So before that was my pop-up shop in 2021. The mini ones I was doing.
Oh.
So I was always planning to do a pop-up. But I never really had the funds. Renting space. Actually trying to get spaces too was actually a bit difficult. And stock. So I don't know if it is a fun fact, but the first pop-up I did, I used shirts I bought the year before.
Really?
Yeah, I ordered some shirts. After I got my first... Can I say numbers, figures?
Yeah.
Okay, so this when I got my first money, which was like, I think probably like 11,000 CDs or 12,000
I said it like it's small. It's money.
Oh, come on. Like I think like about first 11 or 12,000.
Yeah.
That was probably in 2020. We agreed that we did this in 2022.
Yeah.
So that was probably in 2021, January. I ordered some shirts from China. That was my first shipment. I had a friend who showed me how to like order things from China. And that was my first shipment because I really wanted good quality and I wanted this. I bought my first shipment, but I made a mistake at the time. I didn't know, which we all learned. China has a holiday.
Oh.
And my things ended up in that time. So the warehouse misplaced my box of shirts. And then for month after month, every day they're not finding my box. Kind of pushed me all the way to January the next year before I got the shirts. So that was one of my first problems because that was my biggest capital. And then my shirts were locked. So I couldn't do anything big.
Nothing. Yeah.
So I was buying small shirts and selling throughout the year from Ghana.
Oh, wow.
So that was my big issue. And the next thing was I was trying to get spaces. Because I had, in quotes, used all the money I had amassed. The spaces back then were like 2,000 CDs a day.
Oh, wow. That's not even bad.
Yeah, but at the time it was crazy. 2021.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's
Crazy. I remember the first place I checked was Musino. It's in Laboni. 2,000 CDs a day. And aside that, you were not even giving it to you. Like, they weren't getting for, like, even if you wanted, they won't give it to you.
Wow.
Racks were there, but you had to rent each rack 800 CDs a day.
Ah.
Yes. Crazy prices. I don't even know what they were doing over there.
Hey.
But basically, I was just seeing them as signs that, hey, I'm not there yet. I can't do. So that's when I started doing the mini pop-ups. So there was one. I'll just keep doing shout-outs. Shout-outs to Cozy Buckets. They did a pop-up in a very, like, it's in a warehouse. That's the vibe they go for at South Industrial Area. I did my first one in 2020 with them. And I just trying it along. 2021 we'll do it again. But this trend was bad. Still don't get sales. I think the most I ever made from a pop-up back then was like 400 or 700 Ghana cedis.
Versus how much you spent to...
Yeah, because you rent the space, like minimum, I think those joint pop-ups, you probably pay like 150 or 200 cedis to rent. And then you go with some of your rack. I bought some rack too from China Mall or Melcom for like 200 cedis already. And then your stuff, you know. So you go and you come back empty-handed.
Basically
kind of thing.
breaking even.
So that's probably, as you said, where did I get the ideas to be doing pop-ups? Maybe like the way I'm doing it was then. When I realized that, because I used to be competing with things like cream sellers, food sellers. There was not really much of an attention to my brand. And one, that means I already don't have an image. So you can come and not see me. Secondly, the presentation of my items, the things I was doing were good. I even used to think I was doing a lot for where we were at the time. But the environment wasn't showing what I was doing. So I thought through it and realized that I have to make sure I do my solo. I have to make sure I do my solo pop-ups because that means by hook or crook, when you come to my shop, it's me. It's only me. For you to even come to the shop, it means you're coming to me.
Yeah.
People do that, but you rarely leave your house, come to my pop-up and not buy something.
Yeah.
So thinking through these things, waiting for the shares to come, still wasn't coming. But basically, the shares came the next year.
What holiday was it? Do you know? Remember the dates?
China's holiday.
That it was. Yeah.
China's holiday so they work throughout December. So if you are trying to work and you are trying to do shipping, don't buy, especially if you're doing by sea, don't buy your items ending of December because as soon as it eats into China's holidays, which is like practically the whole of January up until like 4th April, 4th February, I'm not so sure, probably like first week. What you have to do is, it means your orders will be backlogged orders. Even if they fulfill them, they will send it into warehouses and close them.
Oh wow!
So when it opens, it's people all over the world who actually have running businesses that have sent their things, and then it just goes around. And if your items are not in the thousands, come on, they will not find
some
it.
small
Let alone you're dealing with Ghanaian companies that will ship to a warehouse in China, which doesn't belong to them, but they're having their goods there and they're bringing a container to Ghana. So now your goods are getting missing in China. They may not even end up in your Ghanaian warehouse, and let alone for you to receive it. So my box was waiting in some corner. Because when they sent me a picture that is this mine, my name wasn't on it. The box was so disheveled, like boxed up, mashed up some corner. And I think even then that was a lot of shit. So I think it was about maybe 300 or 400 pieces, and then they just left it there, somewhere. So don't make that mistake. But anyway, so did a pop up in the next year. So I planned for that, had that stock, and the next year I had motion, trying my best doing that. Some photo shoots here and there, try my best what I could do. And then I can't lie, I still didn't feel ready for a pop-up because we didn't have crazy followers. We still don't have crazy followers actually. So if I'm even to use my followers, I shouldn't be doing what we are doing now. Took the faith, spoke to some people trying to get spaces that were cheaper, still weren't getting spaces. Can't disclose the prices I got the shop for because but still paid like a lot of money for me at the time. Planned for 2 days. Took 4 days instead because I felt like the goods were lots, so they shouldn't sell. I'm allowed to say numbers, right?
Yeah.
So the whole year, I don't think I want to say numbers. Okay, let me just say these numbers. I mean, it's fine. It's helping for business people to learn. Yeah. So the whole year in building up to this big thing to me at the time, which is my first main pop-up shop. At least coming from someone who was going to pop-ups paying just 150 CDs and stock maybe maximum 20 pieces, to move into what I did, which was probably like 400 or 500 pieces of shirts, plus bags, plus glasses, plus hats, plus shorts, plus jackets, plus zip-ups. The vastness was crazy. Like, it was vast. And it wasn't like I was making that type of money or that type of sale. I had to put in new money from places that probably, obviously I wasn't just doing 3-in-1 only. Yeah. And saving some money I get. Probably I took some money from my mom, stuff like that. So at the time, plus the rent, I invested about 45,000 Ghana cedis into that. Not the smartest thing.
Really?
At all. I'm not even advising you to do it. I'm telling you so you can draw your own inspiration from and know what you're doing, your version of that in your business. Yeah. But that was my jump. I didn't plan to make the money back. I didn't plan to make profit. I planned to make a statement. It was a very expensive signboard I was doing, basically. And every business has this version of it, or has this type of thing, where you'd have to... I wanted to change the name of the brand. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I wanted you to see, because prior to that, Daily Paper. That's the brand I was trying to look for, the people that did a pop-up shop. Daily Paper. I was trying to give my brand the breadth of Daily Paper. So I wanted to make you think that, yeah, this is what it is. Like, that's what it is. I had to pay for it. I wanted people to be able to wear my things and be confident about it. Because even at the time, I don't think I'll buy from my brand.
Really?
No. So I wanted to make sure that I would see the brand and be like, okay, yeah, I want to have this T on the shirts. Like, who are these people? So I paid for that, knowing that I'm very pessimistic, not in a bad way, but that's how I plan. So I plan knowing we go through the 4 days, and if God blesses us, we break even. If God wants to show his face, I mean, if God blesses us, we break even. But I expected people to come, see the things, touch the things, and not to maybe try and make half that money. Or probably just make the rent, so that in my mind, psychologically, I didn't make a loss because the goods are still there. And then the first lesson of business, like proper lesson of business I learned, came from there, which was when you invest into things or you invest in the appearance of things, people will pay for it.
Really?
So first day sales was about 38,000 Ghana cedis from a shop, from a place of doing pop-up shops and doing it with brands, micromanaging myself, trying my best, and then leaving with 700 Ghana cedis. An investment of 45,000, which was in stock, in range of products, in the ambience, because the place is good, the shop is nice looking, and then not to discredit support from friends, which is snaps, people coming through, helping. The first day sales was about 38,000 Ghana cedis. From there, I just knew, like, this is it. This is what's...
That was the moment.
That was what I need. That's the defining angle I have to, like, trek on. This is it. This is what people are looking for. Not people coming in, yo, Charlie, I don't know some people. I was working with a lot of friends, like people that were coming with friends of friends of friends. But then now someone come, I don't even know where you're from. Our brand probably had like about 1,000 or 1,500 followers. Not many people.
I remember that day.
Yes, and then people are there. I remember the first. What made me even know that motion would be there was the nights before when I set up the place. I just took a few snaps, posted it on the story, posted it on my story, posted it on the Instagram story, and then told them 12. But I just know Ghana will come, Ghana man time.
Yeah.
And then I was sleeping at 10 a.m. and then I got someone calling through the Instagram that she wants to get something because she's going to work. She's at the shop. Took a snap of the picture of the shop and sent it to her DM. I was like, hey, like people actually, because Ghana doesn't have the culture. That's one of our problems. We don't have that kind of culture. Like, how people can queue for an iPhone.
Yes.
Ghana, we flex. We don't have money, but we are flexing. We want someone to go there before you and tell us, hey, how is the party going? Like,
before you now
before they come. So we apply that to everything in business. It's very difficult to do a drop system in Ghana or to build a hype for something. Come on. So it's very difficult. I'm still struggling with that. But to have someone go there even before the time, I was like, hey, this thing, So we go and then people are there, people come. I'm not trying to discredit all the types of mistakes and challenges I had to do that, but to be able to like cook up close to the initial on day one, I'll leave some of the numbers here now and not tell you what we ended up with. But that alone, I mean, then I just changed my targets. After making close to the money, my new target was to try and double the money. So now I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do.
You've changed the goalpost.
Yeah. Let's just see what we can do. But I planned not to make the money. That was what I transitioned to. And the advice or the idea that I'm trying to come across is your business. Stop seeing your business as a thing that will grow from the world, or someone will hold your hand and then, take you somewhere. It happens, but unfortunately, it's kind of like people even help people they see you already there. Like, it was from there that people came to the shop and were like, hey, Charlie, your brand is boss. I will link you to this celebrity, or, you have to do something. Nobody is come to look for you in your room and be like, oh, your drawing is so nice. I'll hold. No. The world doesn't happen like that. So, as much as possible, whatever you want people to be doing for your brand, do for your brand or do for your job yourself. Take the risk. Do it. So far as it's not your school fees you're using or your life savings or your family savings, your life savings, you can use it. Especially I'm talking to like people that are not working.
Yeah.
But people that are working, you have to take a calculated decision. But people that are not working, especially like young people, you're going to school and you are trying something. If it's a camera you want to buy for your YouTube and it's all the money you have, buy that thing. What do you have to lose?
Nothing.
Like, what do you really have to lose?
Yeah.
Do it. You are crippling yourself and limiting your potential. Just do it. calculated as possible. But even if there's no calculation, then just do it. You don't know what it's like, what you're preventing yourself from doing. Because after that, I rinsed and repeated the same thing. Every single penny I made from that pop-up, I put it in the whole business the next year. I scaled up, increased my quantity, went outrageous. I didn't think I would do that, but I went outrageously to an outrageously expensive place, which you saw, the City Galleria.
Chai.
Paid that money, and in a very, if I should say, naive manner, thought, okay, that's all, the rent will be now. But I needed to stock up that way too, so took a lot more money to stock up. The days were expensive and everything. And then the same principle showed itself again. The ambience, the environment. People come and then they're like, where is this brand from? Like, where are you? Where? Like, is this a brand from outside? I finally got to hear people think it's like a UK brand. And it's
outside
like,
that thing.
Exactly. I paid for it.
Yeah.
And then it started happening. But you see, this takes you only so far. You now have to do like other things, which is like networking, marketing, certain things. But that initial step, you will have to take it. Nobody will take it for you. You don't think you'll be somewhere in your corner with your 200 or 300 followers, or you and your friends know what you're doing if you know thing. And then next thing I know, what's his name? Sloan, or Clint from Cortez, like you are the big thing. Put yourself out there. Do whatever your version is. If it's recording your own self behind your camera, do that as many possible. If you have to organize, you don't need to be big to organize your first thing. Organize it yourself. If it's I don't know, if you're starting a food business and then you're waiting to have money to open a shop, do a pop-up food something yourself. It doesn't have to be the world. It can be your friends. Do it, document it, show it. You build motion, you learn things, you learn from it, and then you see something. Yeah, most definitely.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This right now, like, for people who are looking to create and to like start something, this is the podcast you listen to. This is the episode you listen to. The amount of gems that he has dropped. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow. Maybe I want to start a clothing brand.
Yeah, look, trust me. Like, listen, trust me. Like, you just have to take. There's a lot of business technicalities, there are a lot of marketing technicalities, all those things are there. I cannot lie and make it look to you like it's easy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just investing, it doesn't always have to be money, but investing something or doing something that doesn't make sense at the time you are in. That's the defining moment for everything in your life. Just do it. The thing that doesn't make sense to you, just do it. That I can tell you for free. Yes, doing it can even take you to a place that you may not be ready for. For instance, like you may do something, like for instance, you can be recording yourself, post some video, and you may get some type of traction that you may not even be able to meet that demand, and then that can cripple your business. I can't lie. Maybe you can blow before your time, all those kind of things. I can't lie, for sure. So obviously, you'll be having to add some type of technicality, some thinking. But that doesn't change the idea that you have to do it before you think already. I'll stress on it. Don't wait for everything to be aligned. It will never. The stars won't align by itself. So you take that resistance and then everything wants to now fit in kind of thing, you know. Yeah, for sure.
There's two things that come to mind from what you just said. The first thing is what I keep saying. I've said it so many times, even when I go to like different schools and I'm talking. What I say is something my mother told me is that you don't have to be great to start. We have to start to be great.
Yeah, I saw that in one of your videos. Actually.
You saw it there. Yeah. And there's another one. So I don't know if you had this one, but
Look at this guy.
maybe they say it to church. I'm sure they say it to church.
Which one?
That God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the call.
the call. Most definitely.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, listen. If you are thinking of doing something, you're like, I'm not this. I can't do. Maybe I can't do. You do it and see.
Just do it.
Let's do it and see.
Trust me. Like,
That's it.
don't believe or don't think everybody you're seeing doing what they are doing knew it before they did it or knew how to do it. Listen, every single person, even the most qualified people in quotes, are the ones that aren't the ones that are doing it. Like sometimes this is a very maybe skeptical thing to say, but for instance, like you have a lot of business teachers or lecturers. They lecture you everything that is in the book, but they don't own any businesses. So that alone should tell you don't have to know everything to do it. You don't have to be the most qualified to do it. Just do it. It's the most difficult part of the business
Yeah.
to start. Yes, continuing business is also hard, but trust me, and I know whoever is watching this knows how difficult it has been to start. That's the one of the most difficult parts of the thing. So just do.
Straight up,
Do.
straight up, man. This thing, I know we've been running for over an hour now. It's getting to time, and we do not have much time here, but we are going to approaching the end. There's 2-3 more things that we have to do before we close. And the first thing is what I was kind of talking about before that I had to check. So this is something that I do on my show. I got inspiration from another show called Diary of a CEO. And basically, the last guest asks a question to the next guest asks a question to the next guest. And so that keeps going until the last guest, which happened yesterday. By the way, if you've not seen that video, go and watch that video, right? Finish this video, then go and watch that video. That guest was Nanayo Foriata. Right,
1,000.
Yep, straight up. That episode was interesting. That episode was a WW show. I loved it. And his question, which was it's an interesting question, is what's your take on Ghanaian politics?
Charlie, what's my take on Ghanaian politics? We are not going to make it. That's my take. We are not going to make it. We need military. I mean, I don't think we're going to make it anytime soon. Just because of the type of things that we've the leadership in front of us, or the people that have done have left for us. I kind of think that we are heading up into very difficult times. So if what I'm trying to say is Ghana politics, it would take something else to change. Because even us, as we are aging, we are coming with the same bad nuts or the same bad mindsets. Nobody's ready to suffer for the generation. Everybody wants to be happy for themselves. So I think Ghanaian politics is tapped. We are gone for a very long time, but this is our country. We'll see what we can do with it. But we're done.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's my answer to that question.
That's tough. Okay, well, now it's time to
leave a question for the person.
Your question for the
so
next.
it can be
guest.
general, anything.
Anything you want. Anything at all.
What's their next 5-year plan or their next 5-year goal? Yeah, that's
the next 5 years.
to
What's your
leave
goal
that
for the next 5
person.
years?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Definitely. And now we have something that we do on the show. It's called Saying of the Day. And basically
Saying.
Okay,
because my voice is terrible, so I was like, what's this guy
bro,
comes
later I
to
was
ask me
like,
to
huh? I should sing.
do? What this guy comes to ask me to do?
No. So Saying of the Day, right? This is where you can share something that either you've learned, something you've read, Bible verse, song, bar, anything, whatever that you feel like it's important for this thing.
Well, you'd have to have called me speaking. It will come from my head. If you put me on the spot, I don't know exactly, but I could just share this same quote I share all the time, which is still on the jack of all trades. I don't know. Do you know the full quote?
No.
Okay, so it's the jack of all trades who is a master of none.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But they ended there, and they kind of make it seem like if you are doing multiple things, it's bad. It's not helpful. But the quote continues, which is, but it's always better than the master of one. So jack of all trades.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So jack of all trades, master of none, but always better than the master of one. Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So you will always be better than
People
someone
have
with-
taken out thing out
Yeah,
and they've used
most
to say,
quotes are actually taken out of context because it's how you word it,
yeah.
Like for instance, the other quote, which is, okay, now I'm saying many quotes. Like for instance, if you want to go somewhere far, if you want to go somewhere fast,
You go alone.
you go alone. If you want to go somewhere far, you go with people.
Yeah.
Like they make it kind of seem if you go alone, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you have to go certain places fast. In my business, for instance, a part of it was fast paced, and now I want to go far. In the beginning, I've done everything I've done is alone. Majority of the things alone. Yes, I had support from friends, but collaborations, people want to do it with you. People want to let me help you run the business. Let me join you. All caveats and all drains, just trying to stifle the business of where it is. So I wanted to go somewhere fast, meaning making a decision that I feel good for the business, make a decision how I want it, so alone. And then now that I want to go far, which is to different parts of the world with other people, now I need to collaborate. So that particular quote has also been misconstrued for a while now.
Yeah.
Take it as it is. if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. Don't hear it as it's bad.
It's not a bad
And
thing.
if you want to go somewhere far, you go with people.
You can do both.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, I think that's the, especially if you're starting out.
Exactly.
I think honestly that's the thing for me too. Like most of the things been alone. Like you saw, like nobody's here. It's just us.
Yeah,
But
there's no crew.
Nah, Charlie, we're moving straight because
Yeah.
where I want to go is you have to reach certain points.
Exactly.
And then you can start to think about the
Collaborate,
longer vision and
Not
stuff
to
like
say
that.
you can also
Yeah,
reverse it.
you can always swap it to around.
Yeah.
It all
People-
depends on you.
Yeah, you can actually go with a lot of people
Mhm.
depending on what your business or what your planning is.
Yeah,
And then you may narrow and have to be alone.
yeah. But just
It's
know
just
that
what
when
it is.
you go with plenty of people, the speed of decision making slows
so,
down.
so slow. Yeah,
So
more different.
that's something to take note. And for me personally, I'll just use the same thing that I just said right now. I was supposed to save it for my saying on the day,
Which
but I
one?
just said it that God doesn't call it qualified. He qualifies the code. I was going to say that as a child.
Yeah, I had that in high school.
Yeah. So honestly, just take it. Like if you are thinking about starting anything, if you're thinking about putting something out there, bro, if you feel like you're not ready, just do it and see whether you're ready. Worst case, you learn.
Yeah, exactly. Like you
The
just
very, very worst you learn. And so yes, last thing. Who would you like to see come on the Empower podcast?
That's difficult, bro. So many different people I want to hear from.
You can mention them. Nana, you gave 5. He gave 5 people.
5 people.
I
Can I
said
hear?
one.
Can I hear his list?
Hey,
Do you remember anyone from his list?
Reagan. He said Reagan, Amabel, and they mentioned some. Say also see that, and he mentioned 3 other people. One person has a podcast on Instagram. He mentioned 2 other people. I've forgotten the 2 other people.
Okay, so it was limited to people in Ghana.
Anyway, anybody.
I don't know. I don't know. A president. Get a president in this room. Get the president of Ghana. Get Mahama to come.
Mahama.
Yeah, let Mahama come and talk to Mahama.
His Excellency.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, man. For people who are looking, by the way, you guys listen. This stuff, I've wondered thing. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is comfortable. This is quality. This is like, I'm going to. When I go back to Philly, people will see where and say, "Oh, where's this from? What's this from?" Oh, it's a calm little place. 321. Let me tell you guys
check
something.
our website out.
You guys have a website too.
Yeah,
Everything is. Listen.
Check our website out. 321gh.com. Shop. I don't know when you're going to see this, but there's currently like a mass discount going on right now. I wish you saw this early by then. But if not, check out. Our prices are still relatively affordable. So get what you can. One wearing is coming out soon.
That's what I was coming to. Do you know I have a question for you?
Ask me.
Do you always wear your
Things?
own things?
Yeah, most definitely. Even if you see me wear a police shirt, it's mine because it's my shirt. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. These are pants I'm trying to release soon with the prints later on. I'm wearing my socks. Obviously, I never released my shoe. So no shoes from then. I'm not wearing my undies, but most definitely, most of the time, always wear my stuff. One way to promote, because that's why I
cool.
brought the I just need like people to see what it is.
Bro, it's cool.
So
It's definitely cool.
so
Definitely.
this is coming out summer.
It's cold.
Part of our collection, Desire collection. I don't know how you see it, but look out for it. It's like a massive collection. I think this is my biggest collection yet.
Really?
This is my first really investive collection. So I have like a wide range of tank tops, shirts, zip ups, jeans, head caps, hats of the same collection. So follow through. Hopefully, my documentation on my Instagram should cover some of it. I just want to show people how to be able to like go through a whole design process of making things, and hopefully they can learn something for it and shop while they're at it. So yeah,
that's tough.
Check us out on our Instagram too.
And also, if people are looking to follow you and your journey, what's a good place that they can follow you on?
Yeah, my Instagram. Instagram. You go there, you find like everywhere else to find me.
Straight up. It's gonna be down the screen on the description somewhere. You guys make sure y'all go follow him, show him your love. For me, y'all guys know where to go, bro. Tristan Canfor-Dumas. Just search it. You gonna see everything: the Instagram, the YouTube, the podcast. Y'all who be buying the book too. Book is available on Amazon, Medimarts, Action Chapel Bookstore, Book Nook. Is it dot store? I've forgotten the thing, but just.
Can I commend you?
Oh,
can I?
Yeah.
Like you're doing well. This is like amazing. Like to see you even do a booklet would have been crazy. So you doing a whole book talking about trying to impact to the youth and stuff. It's impressive. Still being a youth.
Thank you.
It's crazy. And like, I just want to give you, I don't know how many people do that when they come to the podcast, but I want to give you props, give you big ups, and like, keep going. Okay.
Charlie, thank you, man.
Yeah,
Charlie. God is good, but that's all I can say, man. God be providing for all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, this has been a very beautiful, beautiful episode. And yes, without further ado, I believe in you. We believe in you. Go and make the world a better place. And remember, don't just live life, but thrive.